You going? Hey, what's going on,
there
people?
we are.
That's
Tuesday,
fantastic.
Tuesday the 9th, Enough About Me over at Post Effects with Dean Baker. And before we get started, I have to give you the Bitcoin price. Right now, the Bitcoin price is $46,600. It hit a high today of $48,200. When I started this show, it was under 10,000.
Wow.
That was about 7-8 months ago.
Wow.
So you're buying dinner.
So I don't have to buy dinner because we don't really have a guest. I don't know. Do you want to be a guest? Or do you want to just be Jacqueline?
I can be whatever you want me to be, Joe.
And then hold on. Can we fade to black?
That's one of those shows. Okay.
And Arlene. Arlene, explain to us what we have here.
Okay.
This turned into like the product show though suddenly.
Yeah, I just think it's fun to have stuff on a show. Why not, right?
But all right, so explain to us what this is.
So, aside from all the other things that I do,
Yeah.
I love to make soup. I've always been obsessed with soup. I don't like eating a lot of stuff with breads, like heavy breads and things that I just feel like you take one bite and you just feel like heavy, So I've always been kind of obsessed with soup, and I've been perfecting soup for years. Like my chili, I think everyone has had it in like the Central Florida area.
I actually had it for lunch today.
I saw you just made a large bowl of chili and posted it.
Yeah, so that's like my staple. I actually changed it now to it's called Chili Tom, as in Tom Brady.
Oh.
So because he's super.
Wow.
So I'm working on
Wow.
so I've got my new Facebook page up called Supergirl, SOUPER, and I've been posting pictures of when I make soups, and I'm putting together a cookbook right now. And it's
Okay, cool.
all soups. So it's 45 hot soups and 15 cold ones because we live in Florida. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a long time where you want
love
cold
a
soup.
gazpacho.
Yeah, like a watermelon gazpacho or like a cold Lithuanian beetroot borscht.
Wow.
Well, the watermelon. Hopefully, you're using real watermelon
Yeah.
because that's the watermelon and banana are the only two flavors that does not taste like the original fruit.
What do you mean?
Anything
What do you
that's
mean?
like, this is watermelon flavored
Oh,
beer or whatever.
Oh, and it's
like
not.
watermelon
Yeah.
does not taste like
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
not
like-
what
And
I'm
neither
Yeah.
does banana, but hopefully you're gonna
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
use real water.
because especially the banana, it tastes like alcohol.
Oh,
It
it's
tastes like
terrible.
banana liqueur.
Yeah.
I know
Right.
what you're talking
No,
about.
It's like a flavor as opposed to like a real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing banana flavored ever tastes like banana.
Do you know how they get
Strange.
vanilla?
Yes, I know.
You do. Do you know how they get vanilla?
Vanilla, the flavor of
If it's
vanilla.
an artificial, vanilla,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
they get it from the anal glands of like a beaver or something.
Mm.
And now we're gonna eat soup. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But how disgusting is that?
That's kind of
Right.
gross.
That's a little disgusting.
You want to try
right?
your
Yeah.
soup now?
Yeah. So
Oh,
tell
all right, so what do I-
us, tell us about Supergirl.
Okay, so we've got two soups here. So Joe is vegan. I made him a vegan. Oh, look at that! So his is the one on the right. So it's called
Kartoffeln is potato.
Yeah, it's German. It's a vegan German potato soup,
Kartoffel.
and you can make it where you puree all of it, or you can make it where you puree half of it and then leave some of it chunky. I decided for this particular soup that I was gonna puree all of it, so that when I put in the sliced vegan sausage, that gave it the bulk. You know what I mean?
It's very good.
So it's garnished with the the plant-based sausage, which is an Italian garlic and fennel sausage, and then it's got some parsley in it and a little bit of red pepper flake. You like
Very
that?
nice. Look at that chunk of
You like that?
vegan meat.
Yeah, chunky meat.
I'm a fan.
And so Jacqueline has, and this is what I wanted to make for like immediately after the Super Bowl, was a hangover soup, because why not?
Right.
And so it's a Polish hangover soup called Zurich. And
I've got an egg in my soup.
yeah, now Zurich, the base of the soup is a rye. And so if you make the soup base yourself, you have to like do it and wait a couple of days for it to ferment. And it's called zakwas. How you doing over there, Joe? And but I did not want to wait because I don't have patience. So there's an amazing Polish deli in Winter Park that sells the actual base of the rye soup that you can use. So it's basically got kielbasa, bacon, parsnip, celery, onion, and then it's got the egg.
I love, and it makes sense that for a hangover soup that there's an egg
Mm-hmm.
because
And bacon, yeah.
right, bacon, egg. But my uncle is a doctor, and I can't repeat it now, but he explained to me biologically why you must eat egg when you're hangover.
Wow, really?
Yeah, especially soft boiled, like the yellow. If the yellow is soft,
Yeah.
it just, I guess, soaks up the liquor or makes, I don't know, makes you feel better.
I
It's a
prefer
thing.
I preferred sushi for a hangover food.
What? That is
Really?
maybe the heat of the
I don't know.
I always ate
Maybe
chili.
the rice.
yeah,
Eating
you
chili,
you
eating chili in the
yeah,
morning
yeah,
after a
yeah.
hangover. Oh,
No.
like you eat it and then you can just go right back. If you
Well,
want.
I mean, I just, maybe it was hair of the dog would be the first choice.
Well-
and then,
Mm-mm.
my
That's-
brother used to do sushi too. But I don't know if I ever had like a hangover food. He was more of a hangover food kind of guy than I was.
Cold pizza, like
Ugh,
just sitting out on
Never,
the coffee table.
Never,
No?
never. So how many
Just don't even wake up.
soups do you have, like a professional photographer taking pictures of these things, or?
I'm working with somebody at the moment. But yes, that's so right now I have my own photos that I've been just taking just to kind of see if I like how it looks presentation wise.
But it's not your first book. It's your first cookbook. But
My
like
first
you've done
cookbook.
you have like 14
Oh,
narrative books,
jeez.
right?
I have 8 books, and then I'm also published in several other anthologies with some of my short stories, but I have
Yeah.
8 of my own books. And so this would be my first cookbook.
And you're going to wind up just self-publishing it.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it all soup to nuts. Ha, no pun intended. And but yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it all myself. And
how long is it going to take you to get it all done and pictures and try them all? And do you give them to friends and say, hey, try this recipe, and then go over there and make sure it works for them?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I'm all like. Did Stacy bring the Tupperware? Did she give you the Tupperware?
No, she tried to.
And you
I
forgot.
No, I didn't. I drove away and said she'll be here Thursday. I didn't realize it was for this. Sorry.
So when I get Tupperware back, I can
Yeah.
bring food to people. But yes, I've been bringing soup to people and having them try it and getting their like advice and their feedback on it. So I've out of the 60 soups, 45 of them are hot, 15 of them are cold, and I have about 20 of them that have been sort of like really tested and kind of approved by a lot of people.
But have you asked other people to make them?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Because I know I have I listen to a guy on the radio who does a lot of cookbooks, and he asks his audience like, hey, I need to do this, and then you report back to me
If
if it worked,
if you
and
could
it
follow
was
the
doable,
instructions,
and if
yeah.
it came out right.
That would probably be the next
You
step.
know.
Right now, I'm just kind of putting it all in. Like I've got the table of contents down. I've got picked out all the soups that I wanted it to be in. I wanted to make sure that I had soups from kind of a little bit of everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like you get like a Hungarian goulash, or you have like a Lithuanian.
She even has
borscht.
like a African pumpkin soup.
My
yeah,
kid-
like
my-
like a French vichyssoise.
Maxwell keeps asking about some sort of weird African bun. Bon. I don't know what it is, but
Fufu.
fufu. What the hell
It's
is
not a
fufu?
bun, no.
What is African fufu? Because I'm thinking if you type in African fufu, you're gonna see some
You think
stuff,
weird things are gonna pop up?
Yeah. So what the
But
hell is
nothing weird
African-
popped up when I typed it in.
Well, maybe because it's actually a thing, but it
It's
seems
like
like
it's like a cassava
oh, so it's
mixed
like a root
with,
plant.
which is also then Caribbean, which makes sense. I love cassava cake, but I've never had it made that way. Like probably like a base, like a porridge or like your base staple.
Yeah.
But I had to Google it. I've never heard of it.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's
I don't know. My kid's like crazy about making
where did
fufu.
he hear
I
that
don't know.
from?
These kids are on the interweb. You can't,
Don't Google.
Make sure he's actually. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like,
listen, man,
were
kids
you
are-
like, are you sure that that's what you're asking?
Only
when
thing
you-
he's thinking it's bread, I think, right?
It looks like bread.
Yeah, it looks like a roll, like a
It looks like a
bread
roll. Yeah.
probably, yeah.
But I guess it's more like when you hard pack like rice and turn it over. It's like
Right.
it stays solid.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like because
Almost like a dumpling or like a wonton.
I don't know what the hell it
I
is.
would say more like a, yeah, like a, no, not a wonton. What's it called?
Dumpling.
Yeah, like a dumpling.
It
I
looks
guess.
like a bao, like bao.
Yes.
It looks like those buns, but it's not. But it's from.
Okay.
And what part of Africa is it from? Do you know? But you had to look. How did you know what it was then?
I had
when
to
I
Google
said-
it. Stacy asked
Oh,
me. She
Sta-
said,
oh,
"Do
oh,
you
s-
know what fufu is?" I'm like,
Oh, she asked
"No,"
you.
but she was so funny.
You know what fufu is? You're
She
like,
no,
honey,
she messages me. I've got a very
I'm a grown ass woman.
Yeah,
I know
you're
what
like-
fufu is.
it's like
Do we have to talk about this now? Can we
Yeah.
talk about it later?
I've got a very serious question to ask you, Jacqueline. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, here it comes, right?
Max keeps on asking for fufu. What is it? I'm like,
Leave it
let
to
me
Max.
Google that. Let me Google
Yeah, let me
that.
Google that.
I'm like, okay. I might have heard of it. I've never eaten it. Definitely.
There are times when your kids open their mouths and things come out, and you're like, oh, I might have to
Mhm.
fix this is a problem, So when your
Yeah.
kid comes up and says, "Yo, I want some fufu," you're like,
You're
"What?"
like-
and they're like, "Yeah, it's from Africa." I'm like, "You want African fufu?"
You're like, let me just sit
where
down
are
for a
we
minute.
at?
Yeah.
I gotta check your whole history now. I gotta figure this out, But then, sure enough, it's like some sort of food. I don't know. I never. Have you guys ever seen the movie where the young girl does every recipe in that book?
I love it. Julia
Yeah, man. How great is that?
with it's Meryl Streep playing
Yeah.
Julia Childs.
I know,
right?
man. It's incredible.
just
And
making
who's
all
the
the
girl,
recipes.
Who plays Julie?
Going blank.
It's
That
Julie and
redhead,
Julia,
that
right?
redhead actress, gorgeous. I just went blank. I don't know.
Not the one from La La Land, right?
No, not Emma.
No, she's
Oh,
big
heaven's
now,
sake.
actually.
She.
Now I'm gonna have to IMDb.
Oh
Yeah, look it
gosh,
up.
I just went blank. Yeah, come on, someone tell us.
Yeah,
Who is it? Julie and Julia. Yeah, obviously Meryl Streep plays Julia Childs. Her husband's played by I just went blank. The bald
See,
actor
I'm
is
looking it up.
yeah. Oh, love that.
She's the
movie.
same one that was in. she's done a bunch of.
Amy
great work.
Adams.
Yeah, Amy
Oh,
Adams.
good
yeah,
Lord.
who's amazing.
She's
Oh,
stunning.
yeah.
She's
I
amazing.
love her.
So, well, I saw that movie. I was blown away. I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep killed it.
How is it?
Yeah,
I don't think she's human.
I don't know. I saw her in something recently.
How are you even that
She's
good?
human.
I saw her in something recently that it wasn't that great. I can't stand her in musicals either. She did some high school thing recently.
Prom
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Prom,
Yeah, it was
that
terrible.
was hard to swallow. a
That
little
was
bit for me.
terrible.
I don't know.
That was
Couldn't swallow that foo-foo.
Listen,
couldn't
Meryl
swallow that
Streep.
food.
Meryl Streep could just stand there and I look at her. It's fine.
Yeah,
I think she's proven herself enough. She's
But I
now
think she
probably
was
just having
supposed to
fun.
be over. I think the point of prom was that she was supposed to be like this kind of over excessive, over dramatic.
Yeah, of course. They were like all.
They were
Well, yeah,
supposed
they're
to not be
theater
great,
people.
but they were
They're-
supposed to be like not very good at their theater.
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
right.
So I think
yeah.
it was like hard to watch because when you see Meryl Streep, you think, "Oh my God, this is going to be an amazing performance."
So
But it was an
yeah.
amazing performance of her pretending to not be amazing. So it was
Be
kind of
an
like a
untalented-
mind.
probably very
like-
hard for her.
Yeah, it was kind of like
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with
Stacy
this.
Stacy says it's cassava and plantain. Now I've had
Oh,
both of those things
plantain.
Yeah.
separately. I had cassava cake and I had plantain, like fried
Yeah,
plantain.
yeah,
Especially when I lived in the Cayman Islands, that's very Caribbean.
yeah.
But together, mushed and baked into a thing, or whatever you do,
And it's probably
I've never had.
It's probably plantain that's like straight starch, like no sugars in it, like not sweet. So it's basically like cardboard.
well, I guess
and
we can then
drywall.
find it and make it for Max.
Yeah,
You can
I'll
find.
make something for him.
I'll give him a
Yeah.
plate of rice and tell him, "Hey, there you go, man. This is.
I'll
foo-foo.
make something
Here's
for
your
him.
foo-foo.
I'll make him some foo-foo.
You're gonna make foo-foo.
I'll make foo-foo.
I mean, but what? That's why fufu. That's like a weird name.
I don't know.
Well, maybe obviously, is there some sort of African language that
I don't know if it was
is
made
not
of
so
rabbit,
weird?
like little bunny foo-foo. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's so American to think. Like Bugs Bunny,
I
Bunny
mean,
foo-foo.
bunny foo-foo. I was like, is this
Bunny
like a
foo-foo?
bunny bunny
What is
dish? I don't know,
bunny
rabbit
foo-foo?
rabbit stew or something?
We just made it up.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I thought that because you said something American. I'm like, what is it
Well,
American?
it's
It's
a
so
children's
American to
tune.
think-
You never heard little bunny foo-foo hopping through the forest, scooping up the field mice, popping them on the head. Have you ever
Bobbing
heard
him on the
that?
head. Stacy would sing that all the time to the kids. They
I-
loved it.
I
Yeah,
know
maybe that's what he
Looney
wants.
Tunes.
Maybe he just wants like dead rabbit.
I know
Bunny
Looney
foo-foo.
Tunes, but
Yeah,
I can't
he's- yeah.
remember the fufu.
Maybe there wasn't like a psychological thing that clicked off in his head from Bunny Foo Foo,
It could have been.
and he's gonna get that food and go.
Or he's gonna be like, I want rabbit, dude. What?
Little bunny foo foo.
He wants a little bunny foo-foo.
I don't know if that was Stacy. Is that what you would sing him, bunny foo foo, or was it
What
was
did she say?
it kitten foo foo?
It's
What
from
was it?
Ghana and it's soaked in soup.
Where are you seeing that? Oh,
Yeah, read the
it's
screen.
from
Joe.
Ghana. and
Oh,
it's soaked in
Ghana.
soup.
Good Lord. That's like way up in Africa. So my mom went to London and this, I think 1996. And the lady said, oh, you have your accent, because she recognized the Afrikaans South African accent like mine. She said, where are you from? My mom said, oh, I'm from South Africa. She said, oh, maybe you know my friend. She lives in Ghana. No.
Africa's like
No, I don't.
kind of a large
a
continent.
little large, right?
Little
They make
big.
it smaller on the maps, though. But
Yeah.
My mom's
technically
like,
it's quite
no.
large.
She's like, I'll tell you your name. No, no, don't.
Yeah, no, don't.
I don't want to
It's
hear.
4,000 miles away, lady. I don't know your
You
friend.
don't know her. but you know, which is funny though, because if you're in Massachusetts, even though there are a lot of people in Massachusetts and Boston, people will say to me the same thing, like, oh, I got a friend, he lives in Malden, or he lives
Yeah.
and there's a good 10% chance that I might actually know them because
That's
Yeah.
happened to me. I
Yeah.
actually knew the person.
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if they were from my hometown,
Right. My
You
hometown
know.
was small. Exactly.
then I'm gonna know them. But yeah, so Stacy says yes, little bunny foo foo, running through the fields and popping them on the head.
Mhm. And along came the
Yeah, but
something he
that you
said.
spell F-O-O-F-O-O. The foo-foo he wants is F-U-F-U.
Yes,
Both capital
yes.
Fs.
F-U.
And now we're just telling each other.
Oh,
And this
sorry,
is like
that's-
why, like, and yeah, I'm having this conversation with my 11-year-old son, who's like on the border of teasing with, naughty things, right? Because he's 11, he's exposed to things,
Yeah, the over and out fart is funny. It's
Yeah,
now getting
yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get into
yeah.
other things. So when he says like, I want foo-foo, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? And then I'm like, spell it, because then I grab my phone.
Yeah.
He's like, F-U. I'm like, dude,
You're like,
what did you
Max,
just say
yeah,
to
what did
me?
you just say to
I
me?
love that you're honest
I
and
will
open
bop
with
you
me,
right on the head.
But
Yeah, you're like, what?
I love that you're honest and open with me. But listen, calm
Yeah.
down.
Oh,
I don't need to know
God.
every single thing.
Well, sometimes I feel like my kid's a little too open and honest.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
rather
no.
not that
No.
I have a kid, but I guess rather that they feel comfortable enough to come to you and tell you weird things than not.
100%.
Right.
Yeah, I want to hear it all.
Yeah, you want to hear it all, but
Yeah.
at the same time, sometimes you're like,
Because I want to know, do we run, or do I try and see if we have enough money, or do I make a phone call? Like,
is this like a
what
bail
do I
money
do?
situation?
Yeah,
Is this like
what do I do?
a
Like, yeah.
shotgun thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
do I
Like,
borrow the neighbor's car and never come back? Like, what are we doing here?
do I need zip ties? Do I need
Yeah.
lie? What's going on
Yeah.
here?
How many shovels do we need for this problem?
I want
kid?
African fufu. Do we need a lawyer?
Yeah,
What do we need
yeah,
here?
What did
Doctor?
you do?
Yeah, it's true though, man.
Are you glad you have two boys though, not a girl? If you have a boy, you worry about one penis. If you have a girl, you worry about all the penises.
Yes, this is very true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have a bat in my room
I can tell you that I respect women for the most part, and
for the most part.
for the most part. I mean, I'm sure I'm guilty of something in this day and age, but
Yeah, watch it.
So no, I think that if you show respect, then your kids are going to be respectful. Like, I got to tell you, women aren't so easy either. But yeah, I don't have to worry about.
Because they're
you know.
gonna learn to see how you treat Stacy. They're gonna okay.
Well, I tell them that all the time. I tell
So,
her
yeah.
that more than anything. I'm like, yo, be careful.
because they're
man."
gonna do what you do, not what you say.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I'm very cautious of that as a parent to say, hey, you know what? Like, whatever we do, like, they're going to bring that home.
Yeah.
And it's more so on her. I hate to say it, but so however she behaves, they'll be attracted to later in life.
Yeah.
So don't,
She should also behave like, and they go, okay, so that's how I want my woman to behave, or wife, or
well, I was
girlfriend.
Telling,
I know what you're saying. I like,
yeah, I was telling one of them the other day, I'm like, oh, dude, like you're going to have like a wife who can really cook, right? Because Stacy happens to be a great cook. And they just, he didn't understand it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was like,
that's-
what are you
they-
talking
they
about?
don't get
you know?
it.
And I'm like, don't worry about it, dude. It's gonna work out for you. Because when I was a kid, I remember not being able to have white bread in the house. Like no Wonder Bread was allowed in my house.
No Wonder Bread?
No Wonder Bread in my house ever.
I used to go to the Wonder Bread factory.
No Wonder Bread in my house, and no soda in my house.
Oh.
And let me tell you something, man. Yeah, Wonder Bread is like this spongy white bread with zero nutritional
Sometimes
value.
so yummy though if it's fresh and soft.
So
It's over processed.
And let me tell you
Horrible,
something.
but we
I
loved
would
it.
never eat white bread now,
Yeah.
and I never drink soda.
It's
So
interesting.
at the time, I was like embarrassed. Like it was just like, oh.
It's so funny
But
that
now
you
it's
say
worked
that.
out.
We also never. I mean, we don't buy white bread, but we didn't grow up with white bread. My mom
Yeah.
bought the whole wheat.
Yeah.
The soda, our house was full of soda, but the kids weren't allowed to drink it because it was for the mix, for the rum or the brandy.
Oh, for the alcohol.
Don't drink the mix.
Yeah, that's for us.
yeah.
And once my cousin, he sat and he drank Cokes and Cokes and Cokes. He opens the big 2-liter.
Yeah.
Then he gets flat. My dad drinks his cane and Coke, and he's like, "Why is this Coke flat?" And I'm like, "Well, we're drinking." He's like, "Okay, come here.
Uh-oh.
You see that thing there? It's like a spout, and it's got two things. If you turn the one thing, there's like a see-through liquid that will come out of it. That's what you can drink,
That's what you drink, kid.
not the Cokes.
Yeah, you get water.
The Coke is the mix. You don't touch the adult mix.
I
So
even-
still to this day, I don't drink sodas. I drink
No.
coffee, tea, and wine. That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. I
Every
drink
now
coffee.
and then I'll have like a Coke Light because I'm putting it in a brandy or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rum
yeah, yeah.
but one. I cannot have more than one Coke.
Sometimes at a movie, I'll get a 7-Up.
or like a
I'll
I'll
Well,
share
you
like
do
a
the
Coke.
Coke and the milk.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
A
I
brown
remember that.
cow.
Wow, I remember that. That
Half
was a
Coke,
long
half
time
milk.
ago.
Oh, that is a good hangover thing.
That's a really good hangover thing.
Oh, I
Along
can't
with
imagine that.
pink milk,
Mhm.
strawberry milk.
Oh my god,
Really?
milk. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, I remember the milk
Ugh,
days.
that's disgusting.
A Steri Stumpy. What do you call it?
What?
What do you call the pink milk here?
I think Nestle.
Nesquik?
Pink milks and
Nesquik.
Stumpies.
We call
this
it a-
thing is
we-
going in the wrong direction. How about foo-foo?
We call it a Steri Stumpy. It's the thing.
Scary Stumpy? I'll show you a scary
Scary.
Stumpy.
We are
Steri.
taking a scary turn here.
Steri Stumpy.
Steri? What's Steri?
Steri. Steri Stumpy. It's the brand, I guess.
Oh, ours was just Nesquik.
We had
pink
Nesquik
milk,
as well, yeah. Nesquik pink.
What was that other Yoo-Hoo? Remember Yoo-Hoo? It was like chocolate water?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I used to
How
bring you on
horrible
the
is
set
that?
for Michael.
It's
For
like
Michael.
chocolate water, though, isn't it?
I
It
don't
tastes
drink that
terrible.
stuff. I don't know. No idea.
Sometimes you like it. Well, so you guys were talking about breakfast stuff or stuff that you didn't have in your house in the morning. My grandfather used to work at Edmonds, and my grandmother, she used to bake cakes. So we always had pastries, like the day-old pastries he'd bring home. We had so much Edmonds, like my mom, just constantly. And I don't eat sweets. Like I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
if it's because I never liked them
Yeah.
or if I got sick of them because they
Right,
were always
'cause you
there. I
had
don't
so
really
many.
remember. I just remember like my mom was always baking cookies and all these other things. And I'm like just a meat and potatoes kind of girl.
Yeah.
I'm not into like all the cookies and the brownies and all that stuff. So it was weird. It was weird to me. And I did drink soda a lot. I never really drank coffee ever. I've only tried coffee
Ooh,
like maybe
she doesn't drink
hand-
coffee. Yeah,
like a
that's
hand-
I have
like
to have
handful.
one.
I have one cup of coffee in the morning, but that's it.
Just one.
Just
Do you
one
have it
cup in the
black
morning.
or-
No, I have like French vanilla creamer in it.
And no sugar. I have no sugar in my
Well,
coffee.
it's in the creamer. It's in the French vanilla thing.
It's sweet
like-
enough.
it's
Yeah.
very
No, I
sweet.
want like a bit of milk, but no sugar, because then I get to taste the nice coffee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You put
Actually, we
sugar,
buy good
it's just
coffee.
sweet.
We,
Yeah.
we buy really good
Yeah.
organic coffee. Like
I got
top of the line coffee.
coffee delivered. Excuse me, all the
Do
way.
ya?
Italian coffee. Yeah,
Really?
from my actress friend Deborah Earhart. Her husband Antonio is Italian. He
Nice.
imports it.
Wow.
So and the whole bean. So we do the grinding and
Yeah,
everything.
you do the grinding. Yeah. I
Now,
have
when
a
I
coffee grinder.
when I
at home.
did go through my coffee phase, which was very short lived, the only thing I really liked was Cafe Bustelo. So isn't that ironic? Like
I've had that.
I
in the
don't
house,
drink
yeah.
coffee, but when I do, it's like rocket
Yeah.
fuel.
It's like, yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's the one in the hard packed contain, like it's
Yeah.
like a brick.
Yeah, well,
If
you can
build
get it.
your
You
house
can,
Oh
with it.
yeah, yeah.
you can get it, for a Keurig, but that's what I liked
Mm-hmm.
with just a little bit of milk. I don't like creamer. I like it with milk and then like 2 teaspoons of sugar.
I started drinking coffee in high school and then gave it up for at least 20 years. Well, I don't want to say 20 years, but I gave it up for a couple of years.
What's
And then when I met my wife, when I met my current wife, she was drinking coffee, so I started drinking it. But I can't. If I have a cup of coffee at noon, I'm up till 3 a.m.
What? I can drink a cup of coffee and immediately go to bed.
No, I can't.
Does not
no.
affect me. But I still want it first thing in the morning, just that taste. I first want coffee taste and then I'll go and brush my teeth.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I want to taste in the morning.
Yeah,
nice
I'm
warm
with you on
coffee.
that one. Yeah, that's
Mm.
actually how I do it too. Yeah, I
'Cause otherwise just-
definitely go
yeah.
right to the coffee, straight to the coffee in
Right,
the morning,
straight
Yeah.
to the
before
coffee.
I pee.
Yeah,
Straight
That's-
to the coffee, then into
it's
the bathroom.
prepared the previous
Yeah.
evening already.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, so you just turn it on?
Oh no, so when I get up, it's the first thing I actually do is open my blinds. That's funny that you say that. Then the cats are always with me, so they walk through the house and we open all the blinds, open all the curtains because I like a light, bright house.
Yeah.
Then I put the coffee on and then I feed them. Then I'll go pee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
you
whole
have to-
ritual.
you have
I'm
to
a
wait for the
creature,
coffee- You have to wait for the coffee to
but
brew,
like
though.
2 minutes.
But so you just put in the grinds and the water.
Everything's
Yeah.
just press on.
Actually, Stacy does that a lot.
Mm.
To tell you the truth, a lot of times you just have to hit the button.
Yeah. I can set it to go off at a certain time, but now what if I sleep later or earlier I'm up or
Yeah,
whatever?
we don't set the timer. That's
So
a bad
I
idea.
just do it manually.
Yeah.
It's a bad
Yeah.
idea.
But it's the same every morning for me. I'm very much a creature of habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
I'm a
over.
creature of habit in that I have no consistency.
Yeah, I'm a creature of foo-foo.
whatsoever.
You fucking kidding me?
I'm like, oh, what are we doing today? What day is it? What time is it? It's my sleep schedule's been so crazy
I'll
that
take another bite.
like
yeah.
I don't even know what like day it is sometimes. Like the pandemic just totally messed up my whole sleep schedule, and like I'll like fall asleep at like 7 o'clock at night. I'll wake up at like midnight, and then I'm up from like midnight to like 7 in the morning, and then I drive Shawnee to school, and then I come home, I eat, and then take a nap. It's like, but no, I mean, but just right now, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like sitting there like 4 in the morning, like it's like literally nothing to do. But it's so funny how many people are awake. I'll be like, is anybody awake on Facebook? And people are like,
you took
"Yep,
a
yep,
picture
yep."
last night. You posted a picture of your like bedroom ceiling.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was like just sitting there like, yep,
Yeah.
I'm awake again.
It's like 3 in the morning.
But you posted you wake up at 3.
Every time. Yeah.
I since I can remember, since I've had a memory or a thought or however you would say,
Yeah.
I've woken up at 3:15 every single night.
So
I wake up
I do a lot too. Yeah.
and I'm like, it feels like I'm scared. And then I'm like, I look and, take a sip of water and then I'll just sleep again. And I like read up on it, which I
Oh,
shouldn't have done.
what
It's
they say?
called Witch's Hour.
Well, it's the
I was
witching
gonna
hour.
say,
Yeah.
Well,
so it's the
yeah.
coldest time of the day. It's just before the sun starts to rise. And they say that's when, all the ghosts walk around. I'm like, yeah, that I'll believe.
So
that I'll believe.
if you tend towards the dark side, you would call it the witch's hour. But if you're
Mhm.
more spiritual in nature, it's actually like the magic time.
Right.
So it's a very 3:30 in the morning is like the most spiritual time of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you believe
And they
in
say
witches,
that's when you'll get messages and you'll get like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't, no, I don't want to hear it.
I know
Don't
people
talk
that
to me, please. Don't talk to me. I don't want to see anything, please.
I know people that wake up to meditate at that particular time,
I am. If
and
I'm.
they'll meditate for 4 hours.
Yeah.
They'll start at 3:30. They'll
Goodness.
get up at 3:15. They start meditating at 3:15 and meditate till 7:30 in the morning, and then go about their day.
I
Yeah.
even if I'm
And
not
I know
already awake,
lots of
I will
people.
wake up right at 3. If I'll wake up with a cramp and you're like,
No, it's like
oh
very
sorry,
loud.
oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's
I'm
going through our headphones.
Sorry, but I will. Yeah, if I'm not already awake, I will wake up at 3, and I wouldn't say I meditate, but I sit there and I play cribbage. I think I told you this. I play cribbage on my phone, and I just like I'll do it for 4 hours though. And, but
What?
I'm thinking of
What
like
the hell's cribbage?
cribbage.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like
It's a card game.
you
Game
play,
on-
like cribbage.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Dean likes cribbage too.
Cribbage is awesome. My dad taught me cribbage. I learned it from everyone in his side. Of
It
the family in
sounds
Vermont.
Jewish.
No, it's very old school.
Like what's that Jewish one that
Irish,
the old Jewish women play?
dreidel or something?
The hell is-
I don't
not
know.
dreidel.
I'm not an old Jewish woman,
Stacey,
so I
what
don't
is
know.
that thing that the Jewish women play? She'll type it in.
She'll let us know. But yeah,
She'll
cribbage
let us
is
know.
amazing. It's kind of it has pegs and you play with cards and you got to reach 15 and I'm really good at it.
So it's like gin rummy. It's like one of these long, never-ending, silly games.
no. You have to reach whoever reaches 120 points first.
Mahjong.
I don't.
Mahjong tiles.
Mahjong. Yeah, that's like
not
a Jewish thing.
It's like Chinese.
Oh, really? Well, all the
Yeah.
Jews.
I
in-
do actually do
all the
Mahjong
Jewish-
tiles too.
All the Jewish women in New York play mahjong.
I play Mahjong. I play hearts, and I play.
Maybe they got it
cribbage.
because they love Chinese food.
I don't know about that.
I don't want to say. So it's on your phone. What happened now?
Mahjong.
But I do
Oh.
kind of meditate like when I'll be playing and I'm playing it, but I'm also having like whole conversations and whole like dialogue and see because I'm a writer, in my head while this is happening. Like I will think through an entire script in my head while like for 4 hours while I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
And then I like can go and write it. It's kind of like a weird state of meditation for me, I guess.
That's a state of meditation to some degree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up with you, dude? You coming on the show? What are you doing?
He got excited when I said cribbage.
Dean's just hanging out. So
All
I
right, we're
bought
gonna
a
play cribbage.
But on your phone?
No,
Is
I
it-
mean we could play cards. You play people.
Oh, okay.
Right? Pitch?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In Massachusetts, you have to play pitch.
Of course.
What's pitch?
High-low jack game.
High-low deck game?
Jack. High-low jack game.
I haven't played in so long.
You bid on points.
Okay.
You take 4 points.
You bid on points, you
High
take
is the
4
highest
points.
card that you collect in a suit.
Okay.
Low is the lowest card you collect in a suit.
God, I forgot
Jack
about
is
that.
the jack. And game is all the tens and all the face cards and aces have a point value, and who collects the most points of all of them gets the game. So
You guys, so Kyle learned a new card game this last week,
Oh.
52 pickup.
Oh God.
And we laughed and laughed. And we're like, hey, because I walk in the room, they're playing some game on the floor, and I'm like, where'd you even get the deck of cards from? Like, it's 2021.
They're not on tablets.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you
It's
talking about?
amazing.
So all of a sudden, it's like, where'd you get the deck of cards from, So I'm sure they're from Stacy's, childhood, because she still has like her high school sweater and
Oh, I'm like that.
sweatpants.
I'm like that.
Yeah, the
I'm
girls got
not. I'm
everything.
a
like-
minimalist. I'm like.
I
trying-
can't
Yeah.
throw anything away. I'm very sentimental.
She,
It's hard.
God, Yeah,
It's hard
she
being
has
like that.
she has 5 closets, and I have half of one.
Joe's got like the van.
yeah,
he's like
Yeah.
getting dressed in the van.
yeah,
so what are you wearing? February?
yeah. I am. So yeah. And
Red
then,
for love. It's a month of
And
a
now
month
you
of
bring
love.
it up. I
Yeah.
asked her if I could wear this. Like I didn't know if this was appropriate on the show, And
Why is it
she
not
was like, "Go
appropriate?
ahead," because it's a little tight, So she's like,
Keeps
like, "Go
grabbing
ahead,
himself."
man." Yeah. But now it makes sense though. She
I
doesn't
mean-
want me like propagating more laundry. That's
Ah.
what it is. She was like, "No, go out in that."
Are we okay?
Yes,
you okay?
yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's fine. Everybody's looking up there. I'm losing, but I'm in the game.
Yeah. You're in the game, but
So-
you're at the end of it.
So Kyle's sitting there, and she goes to him, "Hey, Kyle, you want to play another game?" Because I'm like, "Come on, it's time for bed. Like, put these kids to bed. I want to go like chill already." And I'm like, "Another game?" She's like, "No, 52 pickup." I'm like, "Oh my god, that's terrible."
You gotta like make a
And
TikTok out of
sure
that. one.
enough, he's like, "What's 52 pickup?" Now it sounds exciting,
Mhm.
52 pickup. And he's like, "How do you play?" And she's like, 52 cards, pick them all up.
Yeah. Go get him.
Did he laugh or he didn't think it's funny?
He thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
It's
It's
hysterical.
still funny. I still
It
think
was
it's funny.
great.
That's cute.
Plus, not as boys, like they love to destroy things.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Why is that? What
Because
is
it's
that?
reverse engineering. It's how you learn how to build things. is
Oh,
by
it's put
destroying them.
together.
Take-
Just
take
taking
things
it
Yeah,
apart.
you have to take it apart.
Okay, right. Makes sense.
So
this
interesting.
this December, we went to see friends in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we went to Branson, Missouri. And coming back, after the day, we would sit, put the fire on, and we played Uno.
yeah,
And I mean, I must have played it before, but to me, that was like my first time playing. I can't remember that I've ever played it.
yeah.
I had to be constantly like reminded what the rules are or whatever.
Me too.
And I win the first game.
Oh shit.
I'm like, oh, it's just beginner's luck. They're like, we play again. I win again. They're like, and I think I won like 4 games in a row.
And
My
then they were
first.
like, we're
they're
never
like,
playing with
you're
you again.
visiting
Are
other
you
people?
sure you haven't
Yeah, that's
played
not
this
cool.
before?
That's not cool.
Oh, excuse me. I can't help. I'm good.
She's good.
But Uno's so weird because it's like
I mean, it's a silly
it's
game,
like-
but it's enjoyable.
it's like kids cards though. They're like
Well, there is a strategy
colors
to it
and,
though,
Hmm.
I think, when you play cards long enough, there is a strategy to
Yeah, okay.
understanding what your opponent might throw,
But who
Yeah.
plays cards? Like I know I would love to have the time to play cards, but
Like I do.
Well, we were
when
on
I
holiday,
meditate at
yeah.
3:00 in the morning, I'm playing.
you take out a deck of cards. They're on your
No, it's
night
on
table.
here, I'll show you. It's on my phone.
Oh, it's on your phone.
Yeah,
Oh, so
that's
you're
what-
not using an actual deck of cards.
No, no,
No.
no.
Did you use a deck of cards, or you use?
I mean,
like
if
an
I were to
iPad?
play cribbage against somebody else, like if Dean and I were to sit down and play, we would get a deck of cards and I would have a cribbage board. I have my dad's cribbage
Would
board.
that be more exciting than the current show we're doing?
This is cribbage. So you select a
Oh.
card, and whoever gets the
That
lowest
looks like
card starts with their crib.
That looks like a neat game of 52 pickup.
No,
Yeah.
so then this is the board.
Oh, it's got a board.
So that's the board, and basically you have to get you get 6 cards, and you have to put 2 in a crib, and whoever has the crib get that time. You take turns. You throw away 2 cards, and then they throw away 2 cards, and so then you have a hand with 4 cards. They have a hand with 4 cards, and then they have a crib.
So you're
with
just
4.
playing against the phone, basically. Like,
Yeah.
it's not another person.
But if
on
you
there,
play against somebody else like live, you can play like 4 people, which makes it harder. It changes the whole strategy of the game.
Oh,
But then
gosh, I know.
your goal is to try to get as many points as you can in your hand and in your crib. And there's different point systems, like 15 for 15. Every time you get 15 as a number, like an 8 and a 7 or a 10 and a 5, you get 2
Oh,
points.
gosh, you have to do math as well.
It's actually, it helps though, because I feel like I can add so fast because I'm like,
And how do you lose the crib?
well, you don't lose the crib. It just when you first start the game, whoever draws the lowest card gets the first crib, and so it just alternates. So I'll have the crib, and then the next hand you have the crib.
Oh, every
and the
hand.
next hand I have the crib. Yeah, and so
And what kind of points do you get up to? You get up to 500?
no. So there's 120 slots on the pegs, like peg holes, and when you hit 121, you win. Whoever hits the 121 first.
Gotcha.
But you can have like a hand with like 4 points, or you could have a hand with like 24 points if you get the right combination.
Gotcha.
So it's a strategy of like, oh man, I really hope I pick a 5. The card that gets turned over once you've thrown away, like, oh, I really hope I get a 5, because then I have like 3 queens, because then it's like
Yeah.
15-2, 15-4, 15-6, and 3 queens and 6, that's 12. And
Gosh, you lost me.
Have you seen the new trend? I know.
Norma Jean says, I hope there's no baby in that crib. That's what it sounds like to me as
Crib
well.
or trick? I love
But
it.
it sounds like a
crib.
crib, like a baby crib. But we don't call it a crib. We call that a cot. But anyway.
A cot?
Yeah. And here I know a cot is like literally a bed for an adult. I'm like, no, that's
Yeah,
a
cots
bed.
are like what soldiers sleep on a cot.
No,
Yeah.
we call a baby's bed a
A cot.
cot. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure there's some Latin.
well,
Have you
crib
seen-
is short for cribbage, so it's short. Your crib is.
But what the hell is cribbage?
Yeah,
What-
exactly.
That word comes from
word
nowhere.
must
That's
have come
saying
from
let's-
somewhere.
I'm gonna-
snuffleupagus. Like
I'm gonna
But
Google it. Look, like it's
Have
right
you
next
seen
to
what? You were
fufu.
saying what?
it's
Yeah,
like, it's like
cribbage is-
snuffleupagus. It means nothing. Like,
Cribbage is right next to fufu.
yeah, like
I don't even know what
fufu,
cribbage
cribbage, and
means.
snuffleupagus.
I'm gonna look it up.
So have you seen the new trend in advertising people for video, for like these little phone video games where they lose constantly and you look at it and go, no, don't do that, move that.
And
you'll
that's how
win.
they get
and
you.
that's how they get you, because it
Mhm.
drives you nuts when
Mhm.
you see how to do it properly and they do it wrong. And it's such bait, but like you can't
I
help-
refuse.
You
I
can't
don't.
I don't do I don't
I don't
buy
even want
any
to
of these
start
games.
with games like that.
No. I remember when Words with Friends came out, and it was just like Scrabble against people, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I would kill people with it, man.
Really?
Oh man, I love
I
it.
wonder-
Sophia's watching this. I know she loves like Words with Friends.
Oh,
and
really?
Scrabble. Oh yeah.
I wonder-
She's super competitive about it.
Oh,
too.
I would do Words with Friends. Words. I would do that with Sophia. Send me a link. I'll do it. I'll kill you. She's not
We had
even-
whole
she's not-
conversations about
She's
it.
speaking Israeli. She's speaking Hebrew. Like I kill her.
But that's what I'm saying.
I kill her.
She's really, but yeah, she's
Really?
very competitive, man.
But that I wonder if I will be good at words at Scrabble,
It's like
because
Scrabble.
I'm like,
yeah.
well, because it's English is my second language.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll be bad because I don't have a lot of words. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know. That's what. Yeah, and I'm not, a great wordsmith.
But can I then do an
just love it.
Afrikaans word and convince you that it's a real word?
I don't know. Like, yeah, the opponent has to challenge the word. Like, it'll let you put in the fufu,
Yeah, and
know?
then you have to explain what it is.
and then I can challenge. I can be like, what's FUFU?
Oh, see, I will like
You
that
know?
game. Yeah, I will like
And then-
that game.
And then you can go in there and be like, yeah, no, here's the link or whatever it is. Like, you can prove that. It's
Okay,
a
so
word,
you can't
know?
just make up a story and be so
no,
convincing.
No. It
Damn
has to.
Okay.
It goes through some algorithms.
She's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make up so many words.
Yeah, but that was 10 years ago when that was a popular app. No, that was a long time ago. When
Well, now they have like I don't know why I play a bunch of like Word Nut. I do like a lot of, you just gotta kind of put the words.
I was
together,
playing with
like
Stacy,
Wordscapes.
and
Wordscapes.
I've been playing Words with Friends for years, and I met a girl online from Brooklyn, and I got to meet her in person 2 years ago. We play every single day.
What?
Norma
Norma Jean.
That is so great.
Super cool.
That is cool. I have friends that do that with video gaming. Like they become so tight knit that they travel here to Orlando to all meet up. I don't do it, but some friend. I'm not a gamer, but yeah, that's kind of cool, man.
I play Wheel of Fortune a lot. I'm really good at that. I can literally see like 15 phrases,
Really?
just 2 letters, and I'm all like, I know what that means. But I've had people like
I'm
that. I'm in
sometimes
there
good
like
at that,
because you
yeah.
can join like groups and like try to get higher points for your group for like the week or whatever. And I've had a few people message me like, "Hey, how's it going?" And every once in a while, it's like some guy that's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "No," you know. Oh my
What is that?
God.
Some sort of cribbage dice?
Oh my
There's
God.
a dice game called Cosmic Wimp Out.
Cosmic.
Wimp Out.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How do you play it?
Similar to Yahtzee.
Have you ever done it?
Oh yeah.
Break it
That's my
out.
game. It's my
Break it
game,
out.
but
You can
it's-
break it out right here. Let's go.
Right in front of the
You know,
cameras.
All over the place, but it's a dice game, and it was invented.
I'm
Is
good
it like
with dice.
Bunko?
Really?
I'm good with dice.
Have
yeah.
you ever guys ever played Bunko?
Bunko.
No.
I went to a Bunko.
Yeah, but not like with you, but whatever.
What about Pass the Pig?
Pass the pigs?
These 2 little.
Well, when I lived in LA, no, I'm just kidding.
These 2 little rubber pigs you play like dice.
Really?
The pig lands on its snout or its butt or its side. You can add a point.
Oh, wow, you little pig. That's
Little-
cute.
Little, like you race the pig.
Because his nose is big enough to fall on.
You can tell
Cute.
the morality of a nation by how they treat their animals.
Right.
I'm like,
The game-
Pig.
The game I liked
It's
was
like a
Cards
dice
Against
game, the dice
Humanity.
oh, I love Cards Against
My
Humanity.
kids. So there's a new one for kids. My kids have Kids Against Humanity or it's
Oh,
called-
really?
Yeah.
So it's all innocent, but,
But it's
still
a little
funny.
bit. It's a lower
No, it's
level.
just toned
of-
down a little. Like it's
it's
funny for
toned
them,
down,
but it's
yeah.
like not as dirty. It's like
Yeah.
PG
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never.
I would like to
played-
read those cards.
I've never played any of them. I haven't done it. Cause Against Humanity is something that people like, though. Apparently.
I think I had a really good time playing it. A
It's-
few times that I've played it.
It's hectic.
It's you have to be focused. It's when people are like drinking and playing it, and then all of a sudden it's like it's your turn to go, then it just gets annoying, But if you play it with just a couple people, it could be really fun,
My favorite ones are like, the charades, obviously, when you have to act out the movie, when you
No,
go
definitely.
2 syllables, first syllable sounds like, or it's a movie, or it's a song, or whatever. Like, those are
Yeah,
cool.
like when we did
Those are
charades
cool.
for
Charades,
Lenny's.
when we did
It's
charades
funny.
at Lenny and Spheres, it was the first time I played charades in 30 years. It was the greatest time.
That
ever.
was
I
or
such a
loved it.
30
blast.
seconds or
I
whatever.
loved
There's
it.
so many versions.
Yeah. Okay, so Norma Jean says, yes, Unco or Bunko.
Bunko.
And then she says, I like Mexican Train. So we're going to leave that alone.
Okay.
But that's cool, Norma. God bless you.
To each his own.
Maybe she should be a guest. Anyway, I'm still, and then Samantha says, I'm still learning about D&D game, Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Everyone has been playing Among Us lately. What's Among Us?
I don't know.
Is that a game?
Is that like a
Or
new
does she
version
mean,
of
like-
Cards Against Humanity?
I don't know.
Hey
but-
Norma, have you ever played Kings in the Corner?
Norma.
What's your
She goes, I understand.
No, we're not talking about Mexican Train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Norma,
Norma,
call in.
Yeah. No.
Stream
how
it.
do you stream it?
We'll send you a link,
We're going
Norma,
to send you a link to video in.
so we can see your face.
Oh, that's great.
And then tell me if you've ever played Kings in the Corner. That's a good one.
So
I played
Dungeons and
too.
Dragons is something. No, is it dirty? Dungeons and Dragons I actually played, and it's a fun game. And I'm trying to get my kids into it. Like when
But it's a whole thing.
it's a
Like,
lot.
Whole nother
but
world.
I love it though. It's
a whole world
wildly
and-
creative, incredibly
Yeah.
creative, and it's huge in Hollywood now.
listen,
Huge
Joe
in Hollywood.
Manganiello,
Yes,
my one
Oh,
go
yeah.
to.
She's one of my many.
who's married to Sofia Vergara. She
Norma,
can, she
if
can
you're
join
gonna
if she wants.
hold on a minute, Norma. If you're gonna tell us all your dirty secrets, you might as well just come on because you just told us anyway.
Does that say what it thinks?
Like at this point, what's the difference?
Hey, Mexican Train.
Sounds like a Mexican train.
Oh
through
my
your-
God. All
But
so now
anyway,
what
Joe Manganiello, in their basement of their house, he's got
Yeah.
a big table and decorations, and
Yeah.
they've got a team and
Yeah.
all characters, and it's tournaments at his house. Like you get invited,
Yes.
and people say to Sofia Vergara, "But isn't this like nerd?" She's like, he's at home. At least he's not in the street somewhere.
Yeah. What's
You
what's
know,
the
and we
wife's name
make
again? Something.
Sofia Vergara.
Vergara
Yeah,
from Modern
Varga, yeah,
Family.
yeah.
Good Lord, what a
Yeah.
beautiful couple. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
jeez. So
But
it's big. Yeah, it's big.
So there's a group of voiceover artists that
Right.
do like a 5 and 6 hour live webcast every week or twice a week, and this guy Joe sometimes joins them.
Oh, that's cool.
And they sit and play Dungeons and Dragons for hours. Literally, they're 5 and 6 hour podcasts, and the
People
game
watch it. Yeah.
and people, it's like 100 million hits. Like it's ridiculous how many people watch it.
Like,
I'm just
you
gonna, I
wanna-
think we should just start playing cribbage and then.
You want to watch other people play a game?
But worse than that, though,
can
is
be
that
exciting,
they're
though.
voiceover artists. So it gets really schmaltzy because now they're like, I am the pirate city, you know? They're like,
I've got your
yeah, like, you know,
dragon.
and they start talking in all this weird languages like Elfin and whatever the hell else they're
Oh
doing.
my god.
So it's like, yeah, it's really bizarre. But the
Yeah.
game itself, I always found very creative. But like,
Yeah.
you know, it's difficult to say like, oh, I play Dungeons and Dragons, because then it's like, well, who's sleeping with your wife while you're doing that? You know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
it's always been like the super nerd game, but it happens to be a good
I never
game.
went that far. I mean, it was always like cards and like charades, and then like if I got really, I'd do penny can from, remember Cougar Town?
Yeah.
See
Yeah.
Cougar Town? Just put in a big bucket, like when we had like no electricity, like we were up north and like a snowstorm
yeah,
comes,
yeah.
you got nothing going on, everything's shut down. We just, what are we gonna do? I'm so bored. I'm like, here's what we're gonna do, and I just like open up a big thing of pennies and coins. I'm like, if you get a nickel, it's more. If you, and I
Yeah.
changed all the rules,
Well,
penny
yeah.
can, and it's like
Penny poker was big when I grew up, man. They would sit and play penny poker, or the adults, and they were all born in Ireland, like all my older aunts and uncles and
Mhm.
whatnot. And it was wild to watch them play penny poker and get drunker than skunks with ashtrays the size of the computer.
oh
You
god,
know,
yeah.
And I would go over and steal the beer. You know, I would steal
Yeah.
the beer,
They
Yeah.
weren't even
and
looking.
then bring it under the table and drink it. And I was so small that I was standing up underneath the table. You know?
He's just sitting there going,
I was like literally like, yeah, I wasn't kneeling. I was standing up, reaching over, grabbing the beer and drinking it. And they're yelling and screaming and throwing cards. And it was like, it was as if like, Scorsese was in there filming like The Godfather, you know? And the
People get
whole room
crazy about
That's a
that.
nice
yes.
memory, though.
It was something. So that table is still in my family.
oh boy.
Because the house that I grew up in was like the place where all the families gathered for
Same.
many, many years.
Mhm.
So, and since then we knocked down the house and literally dug a huge hole and built a whole new house, but we saved that table and it's sitting in the basement over there. But I can remember cousins and whatnot being like, what'd you do at the table? What'd you do at the table? You know, like, we got the table, man. We got the
We
table.
got the table.
And then, but my brother technically like takes claim to it. And I'm like, well, send it to, and he's a woodworker, like a high-end woodworker. I'm like, sand down the fucking table and put some veneer on it, whatever you got to do to it. Like, let's-
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
It's sentimental.
Oh, it's crazy, man. Like the amount of stuff that happened around this one table, it's incredible.
That table could talk.
Oh my God.
Well, people take their games really seriously, and I always laugh when people say like the term "sweet grandmother," because I mean I remember going with like my ex-husband's mother, my ex-mother-in-law to bingo. Okay, and they are ruthless. Don't you dare stand up and yell bingo if you're not 1000%, and even then, be prepared to have stink eye and shade thrown your way.
Stink eye.
Yeah, I
And, like,
never
they-
understood bingo, man. I never got
And,
that,
like,
man.
These women, I mean, they're like in their 80s, but they got like 6 bingo cards
They're
out there. I can't even-
angry. They're angry.
But they have 6 bingo cards. I can't even like keep an eye on like one without like I'm like
Yeah.
what number did you just call?
Yeah.
And right before that, like it's not enough to have the 6 bingo cards. They play like a nickel poker game before that. She's like, I got my little. She got like a cigarette. You know those little cigarette cases,
Yes.
little change.
Yeah,
you
with
open it
that
up.
little wings,
Yeah,
those two
and
wings
then
on the
she's got
top.
like all her nickels. We're gonna play nickel card games.
Waiting for bingo to start.
Waiting for bingo to start because they had to play something as well. And then they're sitting there and they're like, okay. And they got their little
And this
blotters.
is
They got a bag full of blotters, like all different colors. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I like that one. It's like there's 45 blotters in this bag. Which one do you want? I want that one. Why don't you just bring that one to bingo?
Yeah,
Then
why you
why
gotta
do you
bring
have
all
40?
these?
I don't want. I just need to bring. And then they all have their pictures of
This
their
is in the
kids.
basement of the church, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they all have like the pictures. Oh, I gotta bring. Oh, that's every time I used to give her a picture of like Shawnee or something like grade school picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta put that with my bingo stuff. It's like for good luck. They bring pictures of their grandkids to bingo, and they're
cute.
like, and they put them out, or they like put them in like with them, and it's
Yeah.
well, I didn't have my new picture of my granddaughter, so I didn't win. Or I was so close, and oh my god, one time I went with her. I jumped up. I thought I had it, and I didn't.
And she was embarrassed. Was she
I'm
mortified?
still like, it's like a little PTSD from it. I'm not kidding, because I was like, oh, I was so excited, and of course,
I can just see if you're getting rushed by all the blue hairs
Oh,
coming at
man.
you.
Could you imagine?
no, it wasn't even them like running at you. It's the idea that it was like bingo.
Yeah.
And they're just like kind of look at me like they're pissed because first of all, if you're under 70 and you're yelling bingo, they're mad. You just took
Yeah.
their money
Yeah,
and like
yeah,
this is
yeah.
like they got like maybe 8 more
was
chances
their
to win
$5.
before they
Yeah.
die. You know what I mean? I mean, like, but like I'm like I jump up and I say it and then like, oh, because they call the numbers back. And then I'm like, she's like, sit down. Yeah. And
You
she's
didn't.
like,
You didn't win, have you?
No, I didn't. It
and
was
did-
even
did- were
worse.
People ripping up their cards.
no,
Like,
they were just they
everybody
wait.
waits.
Oh
Everybody
no, they
waits.
wait. They're
'cause
like,
they know that
they're like-
your young buck is here.
they're listening for the numbers, like,
yeah.
and then they're like, that's a no bingo. That's a no bingo. Like,
Yeah.
like like DEFCON 1,
See,
And I'm just sitting there like,
that X generation who can't form a straight line. Imagine what they think of millennials.
oh my god, I've heard what they think about.
All right, so we got to
Oh,
read
yeah.
some of these. All right, so we know what Norma Jean's been up to. Let's go on. Samantha, like you're on a ship and imposter kills someone and everyone has to figure out and who they vote gets thrown off the ship and we see if it was the right person or not. So that must be Among Us. So it's some sort of like Thief Among Us
Well,
or
yeah,
something bad.
Stacy
Oh,
said the
okay.
kids actually played at school in their
Probably the
class.
last Carnival cruise that somebody was on.
Yeah, it's going.
He's got COVID. Throw him over.
Yeah. And then Norma says Mexican train is played with dominoes. Okay, whatever you say. Black
Greg
and
is
white.
asking, what do you
We're
put in your
not,
hair?
there's no racist here, honey. Whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then sorry, that was a horrible explanation. No, that was a good explanation. You did good. Greg, did you use VO5 in your hair before the show? It looks great.
That you?
Yeah. No, Greg, I did not. But thank you. What about Poquino card game? I don't know what Poquino is. Poquino? What's Poquino?
Pokino cards like Poki.
Oh,
And then Norma Jean loves bingo. She changes her blotters to change her luck. And then I'd be angry if
That's
I
another
live to 80. It can't be fun. Depends. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody at 80 is not angry, but the ones that play in bingo seem to be.
Well, it's so funny because my ex mother-in-law, when she would talk to you in a stern voice, she would point with her middle finger. And I thought it was the funniest thing because I thought it was on purpose. And then I thought it wasn't on purpose. And now I'm really not sure. She'd be like, listen, I don't smoke anymore, but this is my voice now. So deal with it.
Yeah.
I went to bingo
Uh-oh.
and
She
I
sounds
almost had it.
fabulous.
074. Damn it.
Oh my God.
That woman, she got it. I hate her. I hate that woman. I hate that woman.
Can't you just stay home and play the crossword puzzle and get just as angry?
It's so funny though. It's so funny. The story is like, well, I told her these women. So
They're
I'll
only
never
angry
forget-
if they're wearing Depends. Oh my
I'll
God.
never forget when there was 4 of them. They would all go to bingo together, and she would be like, "Well, she was being a bitch, so we left her." And I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean you left her? She's like 82 years old. We left her.
We left her in
We got in
bingo.
the car and we left her." I'm like,
We
"You
took her walker and we left.
Yeah, like they get in the car and they left. I'm not kidding. I'm like,
We left
"Mommy,
her.
you can't just do that." She's like, "Well, I did that."
Well, how does she get home?
she goes, "I don't care."
Bob the Lech gave her a ride home. Wow. All right, so let me tell the VO5 story. So,
Took her
so this
walk-
guy Greg,
Took a walker.
yeah, took her walker and kicked her chair over.
No, I'm telling. She's
It's
like, "I've had
bingo."
10 kids. You think I care about you?"
You, wow.
Okay.
So this guy Greg visits from New York, and he's got this I don't know. He starts talking about his hair. He tells me he finds Alberto VO5 here in Florida, and he starts using it, right? But it's in like a tube, like preparation H, like it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
this little tube, right?
Like a hot oil.
So he's like, you want to try it? I'm like, yeah, I try to be nice. The guy's at my house. I'm like, walks all the way out to his car. He comes back in with the VO5, I don't use product.
Is it
I'm
gel?
barely,
From the
like-
70s?
I'm like, it's like 1980s. It's like,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, like,
I
that was
only
way
use-
back in the
yeah.
80s. Like,
That's why he can't find it. That's why he was shocked. But of course,
so
you
it's a
find it in
gel.
Orlando. Yeah, it's like this.
Okay, yeah.
So I take the stuff, and of course I take too much because I don't know it's like a dab. It's like so I take
well,
like
that
a
will do you.
dime's worth, and I'm like, and it's like putting like petroleum jelly in your hair.
Right.
It's basically what it
Grease,
is. Yeah, it's like greasing. Yeah,
Grease lightning.
and it stinks to high heavens of like an old man, like a barbershop, And I do love this guy. I have to say, I really do love this guy, But so now he's breaking my balls about it. He tried to sneak it in, like he didn't say. He just said, "Do you use VO5 in your hair? It looks great." So he's trying to break
Nice.
my
He's
balls
trying to
a
break your
little.
balls.
So we just ran the bingo train right over him.
So if so it's funny that you talk about how it smells because I always
It's like,
get,
talc in a gel. You're like, what is this crap?
do you have certain smells that remind you of
Yes.
like your grandparents?
Yes. Or I was the hair thing, like La Pebras ballet. Let's think of my ballet years.
Okay.
La Pebras gel that you would make your bun with. It's got a
Oh.
very,
Oh.
it looks like snot,
Stinks.
yeah.
but it's got a very distinct
Oh,
smell.
okay, yeah,
Makes me
like-
think of that. Yeah.
Anytime I smell anything that's like Vaseline, it reminds me of cheerleading because they put it on your teeth.
So the
Why?
lipstick don't.
So you don't stop smiling.
what?
Oh yeah. And
You don't-
hairspray on the butt so that your
Panty doesn't ride
panties
in.
don't ride up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man, having testicles is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
you're
say
right.
that again.
It's so fantastic.
You have
Like,
no idea the
You have
stuff
to
that we have to
protect
go
them.
through.
You
I'm
have
not
to
even wearing
protect
real
them, but-
hair right now. This isn't even mine. This is fake hair.
You
Yep.
put hairspray on your ass to keep your dress from sliding
Well,
up.
think
No,
about it.
the
They-
panties.
So when a
What?
cheerleader,
The what?
Your panties.
So when
that
you're-
you
Oh,
have on.
panties. I thought you
Yeah.
said
yeah,
spankies.
no. So when you're
No.
a cheerleader's like going up, they're throwing her in the air.
Yeah.
And her skirt goes like this.
Yeah.
You don't want the undercarriage to be like riding up her. So they put hairspray on so that it stays.
Sticks to your skin.
And then you put the Vaseline on the teeth so that they don't forget to stop smiling.
Because you'll feel the Vaseline.
And then it'll remind you to smile. Yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
It's like they do worse. They do less things to the farm animals at the zoo.
Now you wonder why. So you get so many mad moms who are like, when their kid gets sent home being dress coded for having holes in their jeans, and you're like, really? Really?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the
Yeah,
things that-
who's being annoyed at this?
Like a leotard. I can't understand how a guy can sit on testicles. It happens. It happens.
Who just says that?
Normal.
Norma.
It
Oh,
does.
Norma.
It'll happen, and it's not good.
Ugh.
And the other time, like I used to play a lot of handball, and every once in a while, like if you were wearing the wrong,
I know. I totally went there too, Gene. I was like, wait, what?
no, handball, like
Yeah, we know you play handball.
yeah, no, but actual handball with like racquetball against
Yeah.
some concrete wall. Right?
You lost Gene. He's gone.
Every once in a while, you'd move the wrong way, and like the seam of your pants would just go up and just crush a nut. You're like, oh,
It'd be like,
yeah.
oh yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I Norma says must hurt. Okay.
Must
So
hurt.
now I've got a theory. They always go, oh, so sensitive, a man's balls. Like if you flick it, he'll be on the floor. Or
Yeah,
if you knee it by accident.
Yeah.
But then they turn around and they go, oh, grow some balls. I'm like, excuse me, how about we call it grow a vagina?
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
takes a pounding.
Yeah.
Amen. That's when somebody
Yes.
goes, "Oh, he's such
Yes.
a pussy." I go, "So
No,
what? You
in
think
other
he can
words,
withstand
he's-
anything? Is
Right.
that what you're saying?"
So I want to change the narrative. I'm going to start saying grow a vagina.
Grow a vagina.
When like that man up thing.
Yeah.
No, because you say it's so sensitive. Okay, switch it around.
Yeah.
This thing, I mean, pushes out kids. It takes a pounding. Come on, it's obviously stronger than balls.
That's
It'll
right.
stretch to any shape, It's,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful thing.
So
This is just going down a rabbit hole, a foo-foo rabbit hole.
But
See, it all comes back to Buddy Foo-foo.
but we do say that all the time, and we mean it when we say it. We're like, hey, dude, grow some balls, man. Like,
Right.
man up.
yeah, it's
Um,
nonsense.
It's like vagina.
yeah,
well-
look, what does Greg say? Greg says so.
Like
You
the-
You can racket
So you
someone's
racket
balls
someone's
against the
balls
wall. What a
against
sick
the
game.
What a
Greg-
sick game.
Greg
Yeah,
is,
okay, another thing I must say.
That's great.
Playing games is a very American thing.
What kind of games are we talking
A very-
about?
it's a
Sport
cultural
games?
No, like I never grew up. Card games, it's a different story. Yes, adults sometimes played cards or canasta or
Talking about like board
rummy
games.
or board games and stuff. You play that when you're a kid.
Yeah, I didn't play
Never
them
were
as an
we
adult.
invited to people's house. The adults, oh, do you want to come and play a game? My dad's like, so what? You don't have alcohol?
Yeah.
Can we not sit and talk, like visit,
I'm with
visit
you.
and drink, and
I'm
the
with you.
Yeah,
fire's
yeah, I don't really
going?
understand when people do that either.
Yeah.
but
It's
maybe they don't
different.
drink. I don't know. Who knows?
It's different if it's like once every 6 months, like, okay, we come over and play Pictionary, because that's funny. Someone trying to draw.
Oh yeah,
What
I can't
they-
draw as it is.
Pictionary
Probably be
was
better.
fun. Pictionary
Pictionary
was
was
fun
good.
in my 20s or
Yeah.
like late teens,
And-
early 20s.
And my
Pictionary
brother and
was
I
fun.
would play Monopoly like for weeks. We
Yeah,
would
but
put
like,
it on
that's
the.
not entertaining.
We
I
would
don't.
play it on the dining room table, and no one can touch it, and we'll just carry on the next day and play for weeks and weeks. But we would have parties, and I don't want to come to your house and necessarily play a game, like, because I don't know you. Can we chat?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to get to know you. Yeah.
Sit and have drinks and chat and the fire going. That's a very much that I found here. I often get people, we want to play over, come play a game. I'm like, no, not me.
Yeah.
You're
What
like,
game?
is there wine? Is it a drinking game?
Is it Naked Crisco Twister? That sounds cool.
We're working on that.
Oh, then you'll definitely get to know the person, I
yeah,
guess.
everybody, like,
And then you
No.
can play racquetball. You
yeah,
can play handball.
racquetball,
Yeah.
handball. I'm good
Game
at
night
handball.
is fine, but not every single time is what I mean. I'm not trying to be
No,
rude, but
I haven't been asked to go play a game like that in 30 years. You know, when we were teenagers and like early 20s, Pictionary was fun. But that was about it. Clue used to be a little bit of fun.
I loved all those. Yeah, but as a kid-
Monopoly, I hated. I hated
And
I
Monopoly.
never
with
really
a
Did
passion.
you ever play-
Monopoly. I
Let
like
me tell you something, man.
quarters.
Who the fuck wants to be Donald Trump? Like, you're trying to become Donald Trump.
No, thank you.
but did you ever play Risk?
Yes,
That was good as well. But I,
So
you know,
I had a
my
group
brother
of
loved
guys.
it.
I had a
Mm.
group of guys that, as we got older and had children, a group of us would get together and play. Risk is the one where like it's the world map, and,
Yes.
and the armies and all that.
Yeah.
And but it was really just to go and hang out and drink. You know,
It was just
Right.
like it was
sure
like
enough,
there, like a
yeah,
platform.
you know, we crank
Yeah.
up, old, rock and whatever we got passed around, and we had a good time. And then one day they invite this real serious guy.
Oh no,
Yeah,
the bingo guy.
Mad Dog. His name was Mad Dog. He was a good guy. He was a cool guy.
His name was Mad Dog.
Yeah, it was his nickname,
That's
Mad Dog.
hysterical.
He's a cool guy though, man. And he was a big D&D guy. So he's like a very serious gamer, kind of competitive gaming guy. And I was there and had a rough week and didn't want to play this game. I
You
just wanted to hang out and have a drink
listen
and,
to
relax.
music. Yes.
play DJ, whatever. So
Mm.
I
Felt like work.
so literally, so
Yeah.
you're like, you get all your men, everybody's ready to go, and it's like my turn, and I just put my entire army onto him and just went battle to battle until I lost, and got out of the game, and I wiped him. I destroyed him.
He couldn't stand it.
And he was so mad at me, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, dude. I just didn't want to play. I figured I wanted to get out as soon as possible.
Oh my
Like,
god.
but it's like
But so
you
you
said,
had
it's
a
like
So you went to
tragedy.
like take a fall and you ended up winning him. You ended up beating him.
I destroyed him.
Oh
and
my
like
God,
I had
that's
one guy,
hilarious.
like I got knocked out in the next turn.
But
and
you
then
had a
that guy
strategy.
took over all Africa or whatever it was, Yeah.
Oh my
But it's like you said, it's like, yo, we're adults, man. Like, get over it, dude. Like, we're here to drink.
Yeah.
I'm here to socialize. I'm
Yeah.
not really here to
See,
win
but
Africa.
South Africans are very different. We will now we come over for a barbecue. We don't call it a barbecue, first of all, because it's called a braai. We use real Norma.
Norma, pass
Pass
out.
out,
Fun
fun.
game.
Exactly. We would like say come
that
come
one
for a braai. Was what we call it. If you English Afrikaans doesn't matter, you call it a braai. And we're gonna put meat on the fire, but real fire with wood,
Yeah.
not some black
No,
stones,
yeah.
whatever.
It's not something
Charcoal.
from
Charcoal. I went blank.
charcoal briquettes.
I mean, fine, that's fine, but we build a fire.
Dean left. I think you've offended
Yeah.
Dean. Dean likes processed cheese
No.
food and charcoal briquettes.
American
Okay.
cheese. Who
And
knows?
handball.
Who knows what's in that? Yeah.
Processed cheese food.
So cheese food. Why do you call it food? You have,
Processed cheese food.
you have to convince me that it's
Yeah.
Come on.
Processed
Food
cheese
or something food drink. I'm like, no, thank you.
Mhm.
So we'll light the fire, but like only here like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. the fire goes. Now we will just sit and stare at the fire. The music's
Yeah.
playing, we're drinking, there's snacks and stuff. Then just as the coals are about ready to
Yeah.
put the steaks on, someone will put more wood on, and then we just sit. It's not
And you
about the
just keep
food.
waiting. Yeah.
It's not about, oh, it's just a way to make the food. One
Yeah.
poor idiot standing on his own outside while everybody sits inside watching TV. I'm like,
Mm, yeah.
We all sit on the porch watching the fire,
Yes.
chatting.
Together.
Yes.
It's a cultural thing.
And then by the time
And we
you
do
eat,
that 3-4 times a week.
wow, really?
Yep, you braai 3-4 times, 5 times a week.
And it would take you how many hours to finally get the meat on?
It would depend. If you're in a hurry,
Now, would you just cross over the border and grab the meat and lop it off of whatever was running by, or did you go to the store to buy the meat?
No. But and obviously then we make also braai broodjie, which is braai is now the barbecue word we use.
yeah,
Brood is bread in Afrikaans.
okay,
So we take 2 slices of bread, we put butter on the outsides because that's
Yeah.
going to go on the fire on the
yeah. This sounds good
whatever
already.
it's called.
Yeah.
Inside goes tomato, onion, chutney, which gives like a bit of a sweet taste, and then
Yeah.
grated cheese, and then it's like a grilled toasty
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a grilled
fire.
cheese, yeah,
That's
Grilled
always
right on the open fire.
that's always the heat. So we make so many that you have to have leftover because the next morning, like that cold with your coffee.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm looking at
So
that.
when
Scott and
I
I often braai.
so
and-
me and Stacy were living on when I met her, we lived on a floating home. We had a houseboat, and I decided,
Nice.
and I was eating meat for a little while, and I decided to do a turducken, which is a
Oh God.
turkey.
which is a duck stuffed inside of a chicken,
Chicken.
stuffed inside of a turkey. And then what happened was, so I had to search a butcher that would do it for me. And then I was like, okay, let me go and get the andouille sausage stuffing.
Goodness.
Oh
And
my
I bring this up, and I'm
God.
like, you have to stuff each thing, as you go, right? So then and now this
It'd
thing
be
is like,
heartburn just thinking of that.
so then you have to do all this math to figure out how long it's going to take to cook and all this crap, And the floating home was a little it was bigger than this, but it's a fairly small thing, But it didn't have motors. It was like 2 floors and like had a full size bathroom and a full size kitchen. And,
Nice.
but you're in the water,
Mm.
So I tell people, come over 6 o'clock. We'll start. We'll eat by 8, whatever, right?
Mm.
We didn't eat that thing till midnight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that happens often in South
people
Africa.
have fallen down. The boats is moving. Like
Oh yeah.
the bananas were on like this basket, the swinging basket. Like, so people are like, why are the bananas swinging? Like, what's wrong with a boat, dude? They're like,
We're on a
"Oh,
boat.
I forgot, like, but sure enough, but it was like you said, it's like, tell people to come over at 6 and don't eat till midnight.
Yeah,
Like,
if-
that's a good time.
eat at home. There'll
like,
be snacks.
yeah.
And someone will put some sausage on and cut it
Yeah.
up quickly and serve it with mustard. But the
Yeah.
actual meal is only going to be 10, 11 p.m.
Yeah. And then
And
the
it's
thing comes out of the
bad
oven.
for you to eat meat that late, but that's
Yeah.
how we grew up. That's just a thing. It was a thing. And
So then the thing comes out of the oven, and
what now?
it
Oh,
had
the
the
turducken.
turducken comes out of the oven. The guy had sewn on all the wings, so it had 6 wings on.
Just sounds so complicated.
So like I take the Frankenbird out of the oven, right?
Frankenbird.
Frankenbird comes out, and it's got all of it, and he did them in a row, like the big turkey wings, and then the little chicken wings, and then the tiny little duck wings.
So frightening.
Oh, it was so incredible. And then
Was
I,
it good? Was it delicious?
I
Was
we were sideways drunk.
it could have been like a friggin'
They ate the
stromboli
whole
from
thing.
like the
They
ground.
ate the whole thing because you had to debone it. It was really
So you
just
were
like the
drunk
breast.
Trying to figure all that out.
No. It was
Oh.
deboned at the butcher. Like
Oh, okay.
it was
okay.
really like turkey breast, chicken breast, and duck breast. There was
Yeah.
no bone in the thing. So, but it was humongous. I mean, the thing was humongous.
Yeah.
And it was nice, though, because you could just cut straight through it.
That's also
Oh,
a
that's
very
good, okay.
American thing to debone stuff.
well, only
Like,
in this
'cause
case, like normally
Americans want convenience and fast, quick. In South Africa, everything's bone in.
Yeah, I like bone.
You
in. I
eat
prefer it. It
the
tastes better.
chicken off the bone.
Yeah.
You don't. It's a chicken tender. I'm like, no, I'm not 5. Thank
Can you read
Give
that
me the-
last one?
Give me the thing.
Can you read that last one?
South Africa, braai meat is
People.
braai. I like how you spell braai, but that's
Mm.
good to pronounce it correctly. South African braai meat is people now. Well, usually steaks or like lamb is big. Lamb is very big in South Africa.
Is
We've got
it?
fabulous Karoo farms with the best lamb chops and
Yeah,
you know all of
Well,
that.
I'm Irish, so like lamb chops is like pretty normal.
We do it once a week here.
You
Scott
do
and I, he
lamb
loves
chops
it, but
once
just
a
in
week?
the oven.
Wow.
Every
Wow.
Sunday she does lamb
Mm.
chops.
The turducken comes in a box deep fried already from Texas, and you cook it 3 to
Good
4
Lord,
hours.
Texas! Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I know. I know.
She can say that she's
I
married
can
to an
say it.
accent.
My-
You know,
my
that's not
husband
a
is
duck
from
in the
Texas,
middle of
my
that.
husband.
Like, by the time you wrap enough meat around something in Texas, whatever they told you is in the middle is fucking armadillo or whatever they
Yeah,
found.
yeah.
Like,
It's something really
whatever
really
that ran
shady.
by in the kitchen, they were like, throw that in the fucking middle, you know? Like,
Stop it.
I saw a funny what? I married into
I'm married into a turducken family. I'm not going there, dude. That's worse. That's terrible.
Be married into a turducken family.
I saw someone
I think Norm is about to come on.
yeah,
No,
good. I saw someone ask him, so would you get the vaccine? She's like, I've eaten American cheese. Who knows what's in that? So yeah. Sure.
I think anybody that's eating a hot dog
Yeah.
That's
could probably
Exactly.
get the
Thank
vaccine
you.
and they'd be just
Vienna.
totally fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, Norma, you got to turn your camera on your feed there. Figure out how to turn your camera on, Norma. And then I guess you're coming on live. That should be fun. Have you guys ever worked with Norma?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I've never worked with her. She has the greatest posto ever.
she has
did
the
the,
greatest.
The greatest posts that
Yeah.
she
She's all
puts up.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious. Her date nights on the lanai.
I know the date nights. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, she's got a dirty mind. I love that.
Yeah. And she likes the painkillers at Cheddar's. I know that.
What's a painkiller at Cheddar's? What the hell is that? A
You gotta
drink?
you gotta wait for Norma to come on to tell you all about them.
Really?
It's her favorite thing.
I've never had it.
Did you? Oh, you didn't go there.
Dean, do you have her face? Oh, we don't have her camera because if it'd be better if we had her camera and no audio, and then Arlene could fake when her mouth moves what she's saying. Oh, she's gone.
So tell us about a painkiller that I know it's a drink, right?
It's a drink that they make at Cheddar's, and they have like it's like rimmed with like coconut. And
So-
it's if you have two of the, you can't. They will not serve you more than two.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
It's that
I
nuts?
still somehow ended up getting a third one because
No, it's that hectic. Like, but what if you promise to Uber?
You get
no, like
is
I
it
don't think
like
they legally can serve you more than two.
Is it like 6 alcohols in one thing,
Yeah, I
like a
think it's like,
zombie?
remember back in the day, like the Long Island iced tea was like, oh my god,
Oh.
because they put every single like
yeah,
liquor
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
It's like that, but they give you
Worse.
they it's like this big. So if you have more than two, like
Oh,
I
you're
had one,
whack.
and
Isn't it blue?
you know I'm an experienced drinker.
And you had one of them you were
I had
done?
one, and I was like, oh, she ain't shitting. Like,
Wow, really? And
Wait.
it's like the kind of thing where you have to keep the straw in the bottom because as you're going, like the alcohols all stay separated.
Wait,
so like
when are we going?
it's one of those things that it tastes so good, and then you get to the bottom of your glass, and you're
Uh-oh.
like, that was so delicious, and then you're like,
and then you can't stand
I
up.
can't feel my legs. And
You
I
said
think I just
coconut or
peed myself.
cocaine?
I'm not sure.
When we were kids, man, we were like 13 or 14 years old, and we would go to the Chinese restaurant
Oh, yeah.
in the middle of town and just walk in and start ordering zombies and Long Island iced
Oh, yeah, 'cause
teas.
they didn't know. They could never tell how old
They
we were.
wouldn't know how old we were.
And
They didn't care.
either.
They didn't care, and the cops nobody ever came in the place.
Well, in Boston, I mean, in Massachusetts, I mean, half the Chinese restaurants were front.
Sun
They
Hay, it
weren't
was
really
called.
actually. They were just there for other reasons, you know.
It
Like,
was so ridiculous. We would go in there and just get obliterated
yeah.
on these crazy drinks. Zombies was like that. It
scorpion
was like,
bowls,
it
and
was
yeah.
like 5 different shots in this
Mhm.
thing. And,
You'd
and
be
Long
in the
Island iced
back,
teas.
like puking up like grapefruit juice.
No, man, like we were professionals, man. Back then, you know, you just went in there and got 1 or 2 and got out of there. Like you never caught, you know, we knew to keep it going. Like you could never
Yeah.
get out of line or get weird in the place because then you wouldn't be allowed to do it
Oh
anymore.
yeah, no, we wouldn't get
Right,
weird in the place, but
you
when we left, we'd be like, we would like suck them all down, and then we'd leave to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And like we halfway to that next party, we were like,
Yeah.
you know,
Always
Yeah, they
the
didn't care,
before
man.
place. Pre-gaming, right?
yeah. Usually, I end up like half dead in a field somewhere. True story.
So what is
Why am I in
Cheddar's?
a-
I've never been to Cheddar's. Is that a chain?
It's a chain.
Like-
There's one in
like,
Winter Park. There's one in
Applebee's
Sanford.
or
Yeah,
like-
yeah, but not like nicer. It's a lot
What's the other
nicer
one
than
that I like?
Applebee's. Sorry, Applebee's. I love you. I worked for you for many years when I was young. But Cheddar's, I want to see who I could compare it with. It's like almost like a Marlowe's as far as like that level of chain.
Okay. I know
Marlowe's is
Marlowe's
pretty
and-
nice.
Yeah,
We've
like
done
it's
Marlowe's.
nice.
That's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So you got good food, good drinks,
Yeah.
and it's you can get quality food.
But
Quality
is a
drinks.
painkiller blue? Was it
Mm,
that orange one? I think I've seen
I think it's the
photos of
orange
this.
one.
There was a place actually.
I think I've seen photos of you guys.
There was
having
a
this thing.
I'm sure I'm in a
Mm.
photo somewhere.
a barbecue joint by me out in New York, and they had habanero. They used to habanero infuse their own tequila,
Oh,
and then they
Mm.
would make you a margarita with habanero infused tequila, and then they would put on the salt would also be like habanero,
Habanero is so
flakes and,
yummy.
like,
I've had
habanero-
that. Yes.
and like
And little chilies
and it was
inside.
yeah, and it was
little-
called a barking Doberman, and
Oh,
a
boy.
choking Doberman.
no.
And let me tell you, man, if you got through 2 of these things, man, you were like, holy Christ, man, your throat was on fire.
But did you have
were
to like when you get home, like put the toilet paper in the freezer?
I
for
never
that?
had a problem with hot
That's
food.
really-
I never had a problem with hot food. It's too
He
bad
says
Dan
like
isn't here,
Hooters, but with cheese.
but the
It's
no,
nicer than that.
I've never really. I eat a lot of
Hey,
spicy
Hooters is
food.
nice.
I've never been. There was some other place, Twin Peaks,
Scott and I went just to go see.
But
It's
they
a
wear,
nice
like-
bar.
but they're wearing bikinis.
No, they're not.
The one I was in, they were wearing bikinis, and I was like, and I was there
hot
for a meeting,
pants.
and I'm like, guys, well, I can't. Like,
I
why are
can't
we here at a
concentrate, yeah.
meeting with this like young girls running around in bikinis? Like, and they're like, what's wrong with that? I'm like, we came here for business. Like, and I
Yeah.
don't. This isn't. I don't.
It's like
Google
going to a
it,
strip
women.
joint.
I just don't get
Yeah.
it. I don't get it. Like,
And
I
where's
didn't go out to
where's
get
the women
frustrated.
version of that? Of course, nowhere.
No. And if
No,
you
because
do
women
go to-
aren't stupid.
Yeah. And if you do go to like an all male review, they're all gay. None of them are straight.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Right.
I don't know about
a
that.
good amount of them are.
Depends on where you're going and how dirty and seedy it is. You know, like,
Saugus, Mass. That's where I was.
Yeah.
It was for a bachelorette party, and we went to
you
Saugus.
realize women are much worse at these things than men are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, women just because there's no rules for women. Men have rules. You know, your hands, you this, you that. You know, whatever. You can give money, but that's it.
Oh yeah. You could hands off rip somebody apart if you're a woman, and they're just like
Yeah.
because
It's
frustrated
completely
people,
yeah,
man.
yeah. There's no. It's 2 separate worlds: bachelor party and bachelorette party.
No, I saw
Yeah.
a funny thing someone posted, either Liz with her fabulous post, a post to give me
Shout out
life.
to Liz Shawback for having the dirtiest posts on Facebook and
Her
still
posts-
not getting put in Facebook jail.
Like literally the dirtiest
I've
ever.
never in my life.
There's stuff that like right when you're like, that is crazy. She ups it, and I'm like,
I know.
oh, there's stuff where I'm like,
But she finds a lot of them though. No, like
yeah, but
they're
the
not
fact
hers,
is like
but
if she finds, where does she looking?
I don't
for
know,
this stuff,
man. Like
It's
that's.
I love
bad.
it. Please don't
rude.
stop. It gives me life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Anyway, I think
Oh, I
she,
love seeing it.
I think she posted it. I'm not sure, or maybe Desmond Holmes maybe posted this, and it said, you know, she said she's stripping because she's trying to feed her children, but then she gets angry when I put 7 cans of green beans on the
stuff.
stage.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a good one.
Oh, it's so great.
No, she want the money. She
Yeah.
don't want the food.
I've had it. I'm not even kidding. I was just going to go back to Liz for a second. I've had within the past 6 months, at least 8 people say to me, "Oh, your friend Liz."
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And people from like, they're like, "Oh man, I love her posts, but I can never like them because I have family on
I
Facebook."
don't like them. I don't like
But
them.
this
Yeah, I
is what
can't like
literally every single one
Yeah.
of them says.
Yeah.
I can't like her posts because
Because my
of
mom-in-law's on
family.
Facebook or my yeah.
So I sent her a private message and I'm like, wow, man, like that's the exact same sentence that like 7 other people, and I think your mom actually sent me that same thing.
Yeah.
It's good
No,
stuff,
I
though.
at one point I was like, I know this person. Like how come I don't know this person better?
Yeah.
Like this seems like
Why
someone
are we
I
not
should
closer?
spend more time with this foul
Liz,
human being.
Come visit us. Come visit us. We have a spare bedroom and bathroom for you. Come.
Liz is going to come down for when we film in March,
Yes.
the end of March, when we do the table dance.
She is.
Is she watching now? I wonder.
I don't know. Sometimes she
I'm
watches.
sure
If
would
not,
have
she'll
said something.
come back and see us.
All right. So what do we got? We got 10 minutes left or less. If we
10
want.
minutes?
Yeah.
Sorry, give me your reviews of the soup.
I love the soup. I thought the
love
soup
it.
was perfect. Actually.
Actually, Scott, my husband, he's having her tortilla soup tonight for dinner, which I love. The little crunchy, multicolored
Tortilla strips.
tortilla strips in it. And what's the other one? The kale soup you've given us.
Yeah,
Jeez,
it's
that was good.
Italian sauce. It's a tortellini soup, cheese tortellini soup with Italian sausage and kale.
What was
Wow.
the angry Italian that you gave us? That was delicious.
That one I kind of made up. It's
You didn't make up the angry Italian Boston girl.
I did no, I
They-
made up the
They
soup.
came here like that.
I know, I did come here like that. No, it's just
Half of them anyway.
it's kind of the idea of like I love Italian food, but it's so heavy. So I always want to do, and I know I've had lasagna soup before and all that, but I wanted to make something just more like a pasta dish, but in soup. So it's vermicelli, and it's chicken broth. But then there's some red sauce put in, but also some vodka sauce put in
Oh,
to add to the broth.
yeah.
Mm.
And then a lot of onions and I think I used pork. I used ground pork. This
Oh,
time,
it was
yeah.
good. But you don't, because I see you don't just like a thin brine. You like it to be an actual meal, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of soups, they'll be like clear, like a tomato soup, and then people will
Like you work so hard at it and there's just
and
nothing.
then it just feels like you're
Yeah.
drinking something, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
if you're gonna do a tomato soup, like make sure that it comes with a really nice grilled cheese sandwich. You know what I mean?
Oh, those two go so well together.
Actually, I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
that
yeah.
last week because it was
That's
so
a-
cold. It was snowing in New York.
That's a good
It was
Sunday
cold
evening
here,
thing. Like,
and well, for if you're used to snow, that's
mm,
after you shovel snow, you have a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato, soup.
yeah.
goes so well
So-
together.
Very northern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened was, last week they got a big storm.
Yep.
Up in New York,
Mm.
and I'm seeing it all on my, half the people on Facebook are on
Mm.
from New
And you're
York.
like, tomato soup.
And I'm like, Stacey, what do we have? Like do we have tomatoes? I want to do this now,
Right.
And it's
But
just
tomato
so,
goes with cheese. That's why.
yeah, but it's just so heavy. Like for me, it's like that's heavy to eat
Mm.
that much cheese and all that.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, so what you're saying, I like a soup that feels like a meal.
Mm.
And I feel like a lot of soups are very, like they're very thin. Like I would normally, if I didn't put the sausage as a garnish in that soup, the vegetarian soup, I wouldn't have blended all of it. I
yeah,
would have blended half of it to leave the rest
yeah,
chunky.
to put some chunkies in.
but I
Mm.
knew I was gonna put some chunky garnish
Yeah.
in, so I pureed it all. But I like it to be really thick. Like even my clam chowder, like I hate when you go in to get clam chowder and it's like runny, or it's just like it's like chowder and then potato. Like they're not together. Like it should be able to hold it, like and it's like like with Italian food, like certain
Right.
things. Like if you're gonna
Greg says
should
Sylvester
correct
Stallone, the angry dad.
maybe I should call it that. Just Sylvester Stallone soup.
Yes, your wet should caress your dry.
Yes,
your
it should be
solids.
able to hold it. You should be able to hold the solids.
The wet should caress
Well,
the
that's just like
dry.
if the
That's
Wet
true.
should caress-
If you have like crumpled like Italian sausage, you don't want it with like fettuccine. It's gonna fall right off. You want it with like a bow tie pasta.
Gonna
because
fall
then
right
it'll-
out.
You want
it'll
your meat
hold-
fully wrapped in something saucy, You gotta have a little solid and
Get
a
those
little
hands, push it
liquid.
back in.
Yeah. So all right. So check it out. So I do like a protein shake every morning, but it's like thick. It's like as thick as the soup, right?
I also sometimes have a shake.
And it's
very
like
thick,
20 ounces. It takes me till like 1 or 2 o'clock to finish the
Mm.
thing.
Yeah.
So I realized I was probably doing like some damage, like because I don't chew anymore. Like I'm not chewing enough food,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
You're
so
just sucking on the straw the whole time.
well, we're not going there.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
no, there's no straw.
It's a lot of
There's no
oh,
straw.
just from the.
It's just a drink.
Okay.
Yeah. But
you
anyway,
just drink all your protein.
I drink I drink from 9 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. It's
Me
all
too,
liquids.
man. Me too.
So by the end of the day,
And by protein shake, you mean whiskey, right?
so like at the end of the day, it's not like, well, soup isn't an option.
And you bite something, you're like, ow.
Then I try to chew granola. So then I was like, all right, let me start chewing, like I
Mhm.
need to chew something so that I don't lose like,
Your jaw.
if you had this chin, you'd want to keep it for a while,
Yeah. Well, you talk a lot.
So
It's a
yeah,
good chin.
It's a good chin, right?
Yeah, it's a good chin.
So, you want to see the profile? Oh, right. So, I start chewing on granola, right? It
So why do you have
hurts,
to go from the extreme to the
hurts.
extreme?
But it
Yeah,
hurts.
it's
Granola.
like chewing granola. granola.
Like I get tired from chewing. It's just a
But
little.
well, that's like, I
granola.
can't eat like steak because it's like it's just too much.
much
Oh
chewing.
no, hang
That's
on,
why I
hang
like,
on,
if
hang
I-
on. I love steak.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I can have just as much like steak and beef in like a chili or pasta vajol, which is
Yeah.
coming up
Mm.
next, or like a hearty potato soup. where
Pasta
I'm-
vajol.
Pasta vajol. But you know,
That sounds.
but like to be able to eat that and like chew it without it hurting your mouth. You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's like the guy, you know, who invented croutons. He's eating a salad. I wish this hurt. You know,
If this could just cut the roof of my mouth, you know.
Also, I never understood granola. I was like, so.
well, there's another. The guy
like I'm eating
invented.
something from the ground.
The guy
and it's
invented
supposed to be good for me.
carbonation, drinking water. I wish this hurt.
Yeah, I wish it would choke slightly and then just follow itself down. No, like the granola I have is maybe the greatest,
He says alcoholics.
the greatest. I know, yeah. The greatest food ever invented is my granola, the one that I happen to eat, and it chocolate and peanut butter, and it's literally
Ooh.
heavenly. It's heavenly. It's perfect food, but I didn't worry about this even 5 years ago. And I've been doing these shakes for a long time.
Okay.
And suddenly I don't have any jaw muscle. Like it's fucking getting old. Thing sucks. I'm gonna be
Talk to your
playing
wife
bingo
about that.
soon with angry. I'm gonna have VO5 in my hair playing fucking bingo. And angry, I'm missing my favorite marker.
You're gonna
Like-
take the tube of
Like, don't you have
VO5
a
and go
soup yet?
bingo. Oh shit, that's not a
What's
blood.
this chicken nuggets? You trying to kill me? Where's the soup?
Listen, I will leave you at bingo.
Yeah,
You 80-year-old bitch.
I'll take your walker.
It's the
Stole-
finger.
Yeah,
It's the finger.
Stole the
Listen.
walker.
Listen.
my mother would do that. She would always, and she's
Oh,
talking to you.
Oh, all
She's
the time.
talking to you like this.
And you're like,
You're
what are
like,
you
Mom,
doing? Big
Mom.
point. Well,
it-
why not? That's not your pointing finger. Well, it's
Yeah.
the biggest one, so I use
Yeah.
it to point.
I'm like, what are you doing, Mom? So now I do it to everybody.
Nice. You're like,
Things I learned from my mother.
yeah, right. Just a little wipe of the eye.
All right, anything else? You guys had fun?
What was the Triscuit debate? Why?
My
did-
wife put
Ah,
something on. So
not
my
food,
wife,
Stacey.
all right, let's talk about this for a minute. We have 4 minutes, right? I don't know if I can fit in anything
Triscuits.
about Stacy in 4 minutes, but let's try. So she puts up this thing. She loves Triscuits. God bless her. And I don't have anything against Triscuits, but it's not my go-to thing.
I guess okay if you dip it in something. I guess
She has a whole process.
If you use it to like build a wall, maybe. I don't know.
So no. She'll take out cheese and cut it into perfect squares, Triscuit size squares,
Yeah.
and then put it on all. She'll make a tray
I
of
like
Triscuits,
Triscuits. Yeah.
and she puts it in the oven and gets them to melt just right.
oh.
Then she takes them out. And she puts a pickled jalapeno and a little salsa on each one. It's a lot of work, right? You're feeding back. So
Hey guys.
Hi,
so
Dean.
sure enough, she when this thing comes out of the oven, and by the time she's done and moves it from the kitchen over to the kitchen, over to the dining room table, I'm eating them. I'm like, well, give me that. But I would never do this on my own.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for food.
It's a lot of work.
But
And then
any snack is like that. It takes so much effort. Then one bite, the whole thing is gone. I'm like,
but see,
I
my
work
snack,
so hard
like,
on snacks, you
My
know.
hard-earned snack is like peanut butter and jelly on Ritz, and that's like a lot of work.
See, mine's like lobster. Like,
But she doesn't
okay,
like it.
I'll
But,
peel
like
it.
that midnight snacky thing. So she puts out this post like,
Headphones
hey,
don't work.
oh, she's like family debate. What do you people think of Triscuits?
yeah.
And she gets like 90 replies.
Oh yeah, everybody was replying.
And she's like, wait a minute, man. Like I post a picture of for my business, I get 3. I post a picture about my kids, I get
about a stupid question.
I fucking post Triscuits and you people are on me like white on rice. Like, don't you care? I'm a human being, Like, she's like, I just want to wear high heel shoes.
She should put on a T-shirt that she designed with just a big picture of a Triscuit that says "yay" or "nay," and then just put
Yeah.
Stacio
And
Designs.
then, Stacy, you know what,
There you
Stacy?
go, honey.
Stacy, what do you think of that? Come on, tell us. Work on your jaw muscles. Eat at the wide. I love it. So,
Okay, people, language.
language.
I
I am a member of the Y.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's fun to stay at the YMCA.
I am a member. My whole family is.
I think we can literally set this whole night on fire a little bit.
Dean, how
Sorry,
you
Dean.
doing out there? What's going on?
Did we get like
I was just messing around. I figured I'd
You
stream into you since we couldn't get
Couldn't get Norma Jean on.
She's on the
Couldn't get
toilet.
Norma Jean, but no, you guys answered a question a few minutes ago
Wait,
because
wait, Dean. She's
Yes.
not my lover. Oh, no, it's
Okay.
Billie Jean. Sorry.
Okay.
Norma Jeans.
But-
Norma Jeans.
But you guys answered a question. Somebody, you guys were talking about Liz Schaubeck and her filthy posts
Yes.
on.
Yep.
Oh,
You know,
We love
I'm
it.
going for a
And I'm
meal.
going, I just noticed her because I posted something over the weekend about wanting to go bowling, and then she responded like with a thumbs up or a like or something like that. And I'm going, so I snooped her. I went over and I clicked on her, and I go, who is this person? And all I see is penis pictures and cartoons, and I'm
What's the
going,
girl?
this person can't be real. Sometimes there are people. Sometimes there are people out there that just kind of like friend a bunch of people and they get into groups and
Right.
they're kind of
And then there's
ghosts.
our friend Liz.
She's
Right.
very real. She's been at the studio many times.
She
Dean.
was here. She worked at
she?
Teachers Lounge, Dean. You
Yeah.
met her.
Oh,
Yeah.
You met
okay,
her.
well, I gotta tell you, I'm trying to, she leaves no footprint of her face anywhere on Facebook. So
She's
So
tagging
when
some
you-
of my
I
photos.
just thought, I was like, I kind of recognize the name, but I can't put a face to it. So I go to her Facebook page and all I see is dick pics and cartoons of dick
Oh,
pics.
the recent one I think was the anal chocolate. Did you see that one?
Anal chocolate? No, tell us more.
People make a mold
That's
Are
what
we-
you're
are we
eating now,
English?
Joe.
and make it into a piece of chocolate so you could give it to a loved one.
Kiss
I'm not
my
even
ass?
kidding. I just saw this. I like woke up this morning and I was
So it's
like,
like a Hershey's Kiss upside down, like inside out. Oh, that's so great.
I'm not even kidding. And then they all, yeah, I'm not even kidding.
And enough about me.
For
Listen,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. We recommend that you bring your lover. The inside out
Nothing
Hershey's
says I
Kiss.
love you like anal chocolate.
Yeah.
Nothing says I love you like chocolate. And it's not anyone's, it's mine.
Yeah.
You can also, and it doesn't have to be chocolate. They now make them, and you can have like a keychain.
Are
There
they,
you go, honey.
do you get can I get it in green and pink and white?
You could.
Or do I only get black?
No, you can get you can do white chocolate. A little strawberry or a little
I got,
raspberry.
no, I got no
beret.
problem with chocolate.
Yeah, some of the stuff I'm like, oh wow, that's a whole new thing.
Greg wants to order a box. Okay.
Okay.
So
Greg's on it.
I'm itching to close the show because I'm really dying for some soup right now. So
Oh,
I know.
of course,
Oh yeah.
you know.
8:31. God bless people.
thank you. Bye.
We'll do it again. Wow.
good night, everybody.
Good night.